Um, the next couple clips are priceless. Scott Kodrick stammers through his explanation of how the God Bullies needed to rebrand it, like God Bully Now. He's like, I don't want to rip off David Livingstone guitar licks. Then they play the BFF and the cover band cards. The second clip, Scott Kodrick admits to being a metalhead and how the fake new God Bullies album is much heavier, kind of just like all the previous Thrall albums were. It has a metal sort of edge to it, and it's not as psychedelic or trippy as the God Bullies stuff always was. All right, then I'll put a short clip at the end where Mike Hard talks about the psychedelic sound of the God Bullies had and how it's a much different vibe. All right, let's go to those videos.
I mean, I think we kind of, the way we did it too, we sort of, we tried to rebrand it so it's, God Bullies Now.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be, trying to, like, I didn't want to be David and rip off David, or try to do something where we're at now. Mike and I played together for 37 years.
Yeah, and for every time we play a Thrall show, we'd throw a couple Bully songs in on the encore, and then David would come in, like we do a Thrall show, and if David was around, he'd come up and play the God Bully sets, on guitar with us. And, we even, like I said, he was always kind of in and out of our live, performances, and these guys grew up on him.
And, with this album that we just did, I think that, like, I've always been kind of it gets me in trouble with him, but I've always been kind of a metalhead. Like I like heavy-ended music, so he was worried that this album was going to be kind of too heavy, and people were, God Bullies fans were going to say, hey, it's way too heavy for God Bullies album. And my feeling was, this is exactly what we should do, with you up front and like a driving force behind you. I think this is going to, go balls to the walls and kick them where it hurts. And everybody said, really good things about it so far. So I think we got, I had a good feeling about this when we came out of the studio.
We are a lot more psychedelic and drug orientated kind of. And then with David's input, like the early God Bullies, Tommy Shannon wrote, I think, about half of the first record. So there was a little bit of different vibe